Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another review. This is of a TV show that came out on Disney Plus back in November. I didn't review it. I wanted to wait till it was over. It's over now. It's a 2022 American Christmas comedy series from Disney Plus. Yeah, this will be the last Disney Plus show I talk about this year. Based on the Santa Claus series, the film series, the Santa Claus, Santa Claus 2, and Santa Claus 3 the Escape Clause. And it features Tim Allen coming back in his role as Santa Claus and Scott Calvin, Elizabeth Mitchell as Mrs. Claus, Eric Lloyd in a cameo, Dave Krumholtz reprised their roles. This was the Santa Clauses from 2022. It was decent. It's not a great show. I don't think it's the best show of 2022. Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel own that. And it was only 6 episodes, so it was not very long. It went by quick. I had some holiday cheer here and there. I got a couple laughs. It's just some of the writing I thought was a little bit weak. Some of the jokes were either dated or they have to reference the original movie. We get it. The original movie came out in 1994. I was there. I was 8. Well, I was 9. And the sequels as well. I did like the premise of this, though. It's not a copy of the movies. Scott Calvin is on the brink of his 65th birthday and realizes he can't be Santa forever. He's starting to lose a step in his Santa duties, and more importantly, he got a family he could benefit from a life in the normal world, especially his teenage son and daughter, one of them played by his actual daughter. His adult son grew up in Lakeside, Illinois, while his 2 teenagers grew up in the North Pole. With a lot of elves, children, and family to please, Scott sets out to find a suitable replacement Santa while preparing his family for a new adventure in a life south of the pole. And yeah, that's the premise, and it's interesting. Santa wants to retire and he wants to find a successor to get his business going again for next Christmas. And the cast does the best they could. You have Austin Kane as his son, Buddy Calvin Claus. You have Elizabeth Allen Dick as Sandra Calvin. She's his real daughter. They're decent actors. You have Matilda Lawler as Betty, the chief of staff at the North Pole. You have Devin Bright as Noel, the current right-hand elf. Yeah. Is this the girl from? Yeah. And also that outfit, they basically Finn and Rey from Force Awakens. If they were not British and they actually had a connection, that's what I wanted from Finn and Rey, but I didn't get that because we have no connection to them or individually. But this is not a Star Wars rant. Cal Penn, yeah, I think he was kind of wasted in this role as Simon Chosky. He's supposed to be the guy that's replacing Tim Allen's Scott Calvin, but then halfway through the series they make him the villain. That was dumb. You didn't need to do that, Disney. We get it. You have a problem with Asian people. We get it. You have Edie. Edie is one of the elves. She's Isabella Bennett. She's the main North Pole elf. And then you have Laura San Giacomo, who I love. Josh knows I love her. She's La Befana. She's the good-natured Italian folklore holiday figure, Christmas witch, which shows up in a couple of episodes. It was good to see her again in an older role because I hadn't seen her in a show in years. The elves are cute. They're mostly played by like black kids, Hispanic kids, Asian kids, etc. Disney has to do their diversity hires somewhere. The songs are cute in the show. The production values are good. The CGI is awful. The freaking reindeer, they look worse than in the first movie in 1994. How is it that Disney could spend billions of dollars on Avatar and the MCU and freaking Star Wars, and yet some of their shows on Disney Plus have horrendous CGI? I don't get it. I know it's a TV budget, but guys, the CW had a TV budget, and most of those effects look better than yours. And they don't have a $3 billion budget. None of the shows, not even Arrow. And the show is decent. If you've never seen it and you've seen the Santa Claus movies, it's fine. It's not horrible. It's something to watch that's cheerful and mostly harmless for the holiday season. Just Watch said the Santa Clauses was the 10th most streamed TV show across the platform in the U.S. because people were watching it during the holidays. It's not gay, at least. There's a diversity hires are there, but it's not as much. They've done way worse shows this year, like Moon Knight, which I didn't care for, and She-Hulk, which the CGI was awful throughout almost the whole thing. This is the consensus on IMDb on Rotten Tomatoes. The Santa Clauses is a bit ho 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 hum as a continuation of the holiday franchise, but it's hardly a lump of coal thanks to Tim Allen's spirited return as Father Christmas, along with a dash of Yuletide nostalgia. Yeah, but here's the thing, Disney. Next year, I don't want nostalgia. You've shoveled it in our faces for the past decade with your remakes and your TV shows and your Star Wars and some of the Marvel things. We don't want to be reminded of the past. The past is gone. Let's move on. Let's live in the present and look towards the future. Stop making things from the past again, because it didn't work with National Treasure. That was a failure. I didn't see it. Willow is too gay for me. Not going to see it. This show barely escaped, and that's only because the cast was good and some of the writing, while it was mixed, there were some jokes that made me laugh. Some lighthearted jokes that were inoffensive. It wasn't like it wasn't the woke bullshit that we got throughout this year, where everything has to be about race, everything has to be about your color, everything has to be about your gender. No, it wasn't that. There were some genuinely sweet moments here, and it's inoffensive. The shows that came out in the past year, I think this is one of the most inoffensive. That's why I watched it all the way to the end. She-Hulk, I stopped after episode 3. Moon Knight, I was just I saw it all the way through, but I will never watch it again. The other shows that I saw, yeah, they were very hit and miss. But this one was cute. And if you have Disney Plus, watch it. It's not going to hurt you. And the episodes are short. They're only about 30 minutes. Not 45 minutes, not an hour, and definitely not 2 hours like Stranger Things this year. Less is more, streaming services. Less is more. Don't make movies and shows too long, because people will notice. That's why Avatar's not making the money quick, because it's too freaking long. This is 6 episodes, 30 minutes. It's almost as much as watching Avatar 2. Each up to 30 minutes times 6, yeah, that's about 30, 60, yeah, it's about 3 hours. It's not very long, so you can get through it. And while it's not perfect, it's still very colorful, bright, and happy, and it made me happy for after all the bullshit I went through this year. The ending is very, very sweet. There's a hint that there's going to do a second season. If you do, Disney, get rid of your woke gay shit. We don't need it. It ruined a lot of your company this year. 41% of your company plummeted because you were preaching instead of entertaining. Entertain people. They don't want to be preached to. Trust me, I know. I after what the year that I've had, I don't want it anymore. Affiliations need to stay in your pants. They don't need to be out in the open. But anyway, it's fun. If you've never watched it, I say watch it once. It's not for everybody, clearly. Some of the jokes do not land, and some of the writing and the CGI is awful, especially with the like I said, with the reindeer, yeah, because they look better in the first 3 films. At least they had practical effects, But here it's like, no, just make everything look like a cartoon. I'm like, it only works in certain things, but here it feels really, really forced, and I miss practical effects. That's why people go back and watch stuff like Gremlins and Home Alone and the first Santa Claus and Elf. They actually had things on screen. It wasn't just a green screen. We don't want digital for everything. We want to feel something that's actually there. We don't want digital dogs and cats and blue freaking whales. No, we want to see something real. Luca was CGI animated and it looked real to me. The world looked like I could live there. It wasn't this freaking green screen bullshit that we have now. Because it feels fake. And I'm like, sometimes you gotta go for real and not feel fake. This had some genuine emotion behind it, so it wasn't like a CGI fest, and I appreciate it for that. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and go watch the Santa Clauses. It's not gonna hurt you. It's short and sweet. It's not horrible. And considering Disney Plus's track record, this is the least offensive thing they've done all year. But anyway, thank you for watching my reviews over the years and throughout this year. Next year, I'll be 10 years on YouTube in 2 channels. And I told Josh before, my old channel does not count anymore. It's in the past. Whatever I said back then, some of it is still legit. Like, I still hate the Rogue One, and I still hate Solo, and I still hate Force Awakens. But some of my reviews, I'm going to re-review it to show you that I've changed. A lot has changed in my life since 2013. And it will next year. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And have a good holiday if I don't do another review. So, bye.